Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to review the Augur Primed, which is a variant of the Augur, which was added in a good few months ago now. It was initially added in as a Halloween variant during the Halloween event, as the Pumpkin Pummeler I think, but then it was added in later as its own thing, like the Augur Primed, during one of the variant drops or something. I don't know when, but it was added in, so yeah, I only got it like a couple of weeks ago, so that's hence why I've already just made the video now. But I'm going to go over the perks, aesthetics, zombies, and then my opinion as I usually do. So first of all, the perks. So the first perk is the epic perk called Primed. What this does is it allows the weapon to fire at full speed all the time without any wind up time or anything, but it has reduced fire rate. What this means is that the Augur usually has a wind up time where you press the trigger down and it fires slowly for like a couple seconds, and it gradually speeds up over the course of like another couple seconds to full speed. This variant doesn't have that, but it constantly fires at full speed. It acts as any other gun in Infinite Warfare basically, but it does shoot a tad bit slower than the max fire rate of the Augur. So it's a bit weird, it's a bit difficult to explain, but you should be able to see it in the video, and it is noticeable that it does shoot slower. However, it is good for multiplayer because it allows you to get kills faster because there's no wind up time. So it kind of reduces the Augur's whole firing around the corner thing, because you don't have to be scared that someone's going to come around whilst you're firing slowly basically. So yeah, but the second perk is Sharpshooter, which is the common perk, and this just adds increased damage range. So yeah, and it stacks a rifle barrel, so it's not that big a deal. I'm sure it'll help in some gunfights, but it's not that big a deal, and the Augur shoots really fast, so yeah, it's not the main point for this gun. The aesthetics of the gun, it's identical to the Augur Fury, which is the other epic variant. However, the Augur Fury is a Kimbo and it has an elo sight built in. This gun does not have an elo sight and it is not a Kimbo. So it's basically just got the base sight of the Augur, and it has a guard around the start of the barrel I believe, and it also has a bipod which isn't functional. It's all like aesthetics, because if they added in an LMG which had a bipod it'd be a bit broken. So yeah, but overall it just looks better than the base Augur, and it is basically just an Augur Fury without a Kimbo in terms of looks basically, and without an elo, so yeah. As for zombies, I made a mistake with the gameplay because I didn't actually put on the Augur Fury in the gameplay you're seeing. I'm using the rare one which automatically fills your mag after like 4 shots or whatever, so I was actually really confused when recording the gameplay because I was thinking like, why is it automatically refilling the mag? That's why, so I messed up. But luckily there isn't actually much difference between this Augur and the Primed, because all the Prime does is it makes it so there's no wind up time and it shoots a tad bit slower than the base Augur, and this variant in conjunction as well, because it doesn't have any fire rate changes or damage changes. So what you're seeing on screen would be very similar to what you'd actually be seeing if I was using the Augur Fury, or sorry, the Augur Primed. So yeah, there's not that much difference, but basically, if you don't know, because I'll just go over the Augur's stats and zombies anyway, the Augur is a very good gun on zombies. It isn't incredible, it isn't like Butcher level or Sentinel level or like Kendall level or something, but it is a very good LMG, and I was using it pretty steadily until about round 26 when I brought out the Mauler. So it is pretty good in fairness, and it does have loads of ammo once double packed, and you do need to double pack this gun because it isn't, like I said, like a beast of a weapon like the other guns I listed. So there are always clear best guns in zombies, however this one is a very good gun, it just isn't one of the best. So I was using it solely until about round 26 when I went down, and I just ended the game because I couldn't be bothered. And then the double pack ammo it's weird in Infinite Warfare because the gun's mag has 262 bullets in it, which is incredible, but the reserve has 1023 bullets. But it actually is more than that. I think that's just what the highest the counter goes up to, so there is definitely more than that, because if you reload it'll stay at 1023. So it's a bit weird, but there is definitely like a load of ammo. So if you're looking for a gun which is loads of ammo and you potentially don't have the Mauler Sentinel, or you can't get it from the box or something, this is your gun because it actually is really good. So yeah, and like I said, the Augur Fury, or the Augur Primed, sorry I keep getting mixed up, the Augur Primed isn't much different from any other Augur variant in zombies, because Bang Bangs does make your gun shoot incredibly fast, and it basically nullifies the wind up time on the Augur. So yeah, basically don't use the Primed in zombies because there's no like benefit to using it. Use the rare one which like automatically refills your mag, like I'm using. So yeah, as for my opinion of the gun, it is very good for multiplayer, and it really isn't useful in zombies because it doesn't have any clear benefits over the base Augur or like any other variants of the Augur, so if you're going to use it in zombies, don't, because there's no point, but definitely use it in multiplayer because it is definitely a lot better. The Augur is borderline overpowered, I will warn you. However, I would say this variant may actually take some skill because I was trying to use the base sights on it and I just couldn't. For the life of me, I just couldn't do it because I think it's because it's so much less accurate than any other Augur variant because it doesn't have the wind up time. It just automatically has loads of recoil instantly as soon as you pull the trigger. So it is kind of annoying that you can't use the base sights, because I actually really like the base sights on the Augur and I use them on any other Augur variant, but I just can't use them on the Prime. And I had to put on Elu because I just couldn't hit people. So definitely, if you're having trouble with the recoil, you're having trouble getting kills with it, with the base sights, just use Elu or something, because it does make it a whole lot better. It also helps in a lot of gunfights because the Augur usually has wind up time, and this wind up time it shoots slower for the first couple shots of your mag or whatever, or your burst or whatever. So those couple shots shooting slower could get you killed because you're not putting enough bullets downstream, and it also kind of leads to the whole Augur sensation of trying to just fire around the corner as long as possible because you're scared someone's going to come around the corner when you stop and you're going to be shooting slowly. So this kind of reduces this, because whilst it does shoot slower than the Augur at max speed, it also means you're winning more gunfights because you get the jumping people because it isn't shooting slowly, it's shooting fast. So you'll see in the gameplay what I kind of mean, but it basically means that your gun isn't shooting slowly when you start firing, and usually when you start firing, that's when you want to hit people with your bullets. So yeah. So it's a pretty good variant, I do really like it, but the Augur is kind of borderline OP, so I don't want to say just use it because it'll be annoying to die against, but it is a very good gun. The range perk isn't really noticed because it does kind of, the Augur it isn't accurate. This variant of the Augur isn't accurate. You're not going to get kills at a range using it, it's really in medium and close range. So if you're thinking of like trying to snipe with this gun, don't. The range perk isn't really going to help you and it is way too much recoil. But it is very good for up close and medium range gunfights. It's very good for like tons of enemies. I think I put extend the mags on it just because why not. But extend the mags, foregrip, quick draw, Elu maybe. But yeah, foregrip's definitely a necessary thing, and quick draw probably as well. And I needed to use Elu, so that's about it though. Overall, very good weapon for multiplayer. Don't use it in zombies because it doesn't have any clear benefit over the other variants of the Augur. Just use the rare one which automatically fills your mag after like a quad kill or whatever. So that's about it. Just before I end the video, I kind of want to say I've hit a predicament where I uploaded a cutscene from Destiny 2 the other day and it's got like 50,000 views at the time of recording, and I also gained about 30 subscribers, and I'm kind of at the point where it's like half of my subscribers are subscribed for COD and the other half's kind of Destiny 2, so I think what I'm going to have to do is upload COD at the weekends and maybe Destiny during the week, just because Infinite Warfare is kind of dying and Destiny 2 is still pretty alive, so even though people say it's dead or whatever, it's not. But yeah, I think that's the route I'm going to take. So don't worry if you're subscribed for COD, I'm still going to do COD. If you're subscribed for Destiny, I'll do Destiny, but it's just kind of the timings I'm going to have to get used to because I don't want to like alienate part of my like subscriber base, even though there's only like 80 people. But hey ho. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider leaving a like, maybe subscribing, and I'll see you next one. Bye.